What's going on, fam? Welcome back to a slightly different video than normal. This is a full explanation and a little bit about why I'm shifting away from football boots. That's right, you heard it correctly. I'm moving out of the boot game and into mental performance coaching and athlete branding, which I am absolutely so thrilled about. And I want to explain in today's video why I'm going through that decision-making process, how it was actually made, and what made me come to the conclusion of getting out of the boot game and into this new stuff. Let's rock and roll. So I'm not going to bore you with all the crazy details, but about 4 to 5 months ago, I shut down Brace, which was the mobile app that I was developing. It was a massive project, working 18 hours a day to get that off the ground, as well as doing a bunch of content for the YouTube side of things. And it didn't go as planned. And after that experience, I really had this feeling in my body of like, hey, you need to ask yourself what you want to be doing really, really long term, like decades out. And I pride myself on having those conversations with myself on a regular basis. Now, after the Brace shenanigans, went down, it was really a 3 to 4 month process of figuring out what are the things that I'm really, really passionate about. Boots are one of those things, absolutely. But what are the things I am uniquely gifted at as far as interacting with you guys and the audience and potential clients? And what are the things that moving forward are really going to move the needle for people like you watching? Footballers between the ages of all the way to 14, all the way up to like 45 years old. And I really want to key in on those footballers who are about to get into the college game, in the college game, in the pro game, and transitioning out of the pro game. Those are sort of my passion areas of kind of that age group. Not to say that the rest of the age groups aren't going to be excited about this content, but that's an area where the conversations that I was having in the DMs and with players in real life here in Australia and in America were really firing me up. And for those of you who don't know, I actually have a bachelor's in psychology where I did a lot of sports and performance psychology. And so that was something that from a very young age, I was incredibly interested in. So it was just really a matter of time before I shifted gears back into that type of topic. And speaking personally, I think from an impact level perspective, I think I can have a lot more impact working with athletes on their mental performance game, as well as building them into more than just a player. That's working on their personal brand. I don't mean being an influencer. I don't mean doing what I do necessarily, but building your brand up and your influence up as a individual and a player so that you are a stronger asset that then you can sell to clubs and universities and things like that, and future jobs when you graduate out of this amazing football world, particularly from the pro level. Now, those are things that I am super, super passionate about. And I do feel to some extent, and this is very, very simplistic, but I do feel like my impact lies more heavily in that aspect as opposed to telling somebody what size they need for a Vapor 16, right? I just think that in my brain, I would like to have that longer lasting impact as opposed to going down the boot review side. I also realize this comes probably as quite a surprise given that I've put so much content out in the last several years on just football boots, between the 1 month reviews and the boot reviews and the play tests and the unboxings and the podcasts and everything. You guys might be saying, well, how the heck did he make that decision, and how are you walking away from something that seems to be so good? And the truthful answer is I am just having a shift in focus. A lot of really big things are happening in my personal life, which I would actually like to share with you guys. But at the minute, I feel like boots are a little bit cornering in terms of what I'm actually able to show with you guys. And there's a lot of things in my personal life that I also want to focus on that make me not want to do play tests and not want to do 1 month reviews because I'm so focused on these other things like triathlon and like the other business aspects in my whole umbrella. At the end of the day, it really comes down to 1, what my unique skill set is. Number 2, what level of impact I think I can have on the world. And number 3, the thing that I can see myself doing for decades and decades and decades. Not to say that I couldn't do boots forever, but it's just not something that I feel like I have the passion for to carry for the next 50 years of my working life. I want to be working until I'm dead. And this new subject is something that I am so insanely passionate about, and helping players and people be the absolute best version of themselves and create value to the world. So in terms of what you can expect from the channel, so over the course of the next month to 2 months, there will be an overlap of different styles of content. So I still have boots like in the previous episode of the Boot Report, or maybe 2 episodes now as of this video launching. of boots like the SKX2 and what else do I have in here? The Adidas F50 Plus, boots like that I will get out, do play tests of. And so you guys can see that because I also just want to get through some of the stock that I have. So I'll be wrapping up sort of those boots. I will probably create a couple mega videos of my top 5 football boots of all time, my top 10 football boots of all time, maybe even my best boots of 2025 video, things like that over the next month or two as we close off this next chapter, or this previous chapter, I guess, of the boot content and into the mindset content. So what you can expect is still 2 videos plus a week. I will probably be posting more as the mindset content and the branding content starts to come out, as well as the podcast. So the podcast will be shifting 100% into more of a deep dive into the mindset videos and stuff that we are discussing during the week, and then you'll get a podcast on the weekend that also will be uploaded to Spotify and Apple, so you can go for a walk and listen to it as opposed to watching it on YouTube with ads and everything like that. You guys can also expect the same amount, if not more, newsletters and Instagram content as well. I know a lot of people follow my Instagram for those really short, sharp playtest videos. It will be very similar as far as mindset, so expect very tactical advice on building your own personal brand or building your reputation within the football world, how to get recruited, networking, all those things to make you a more valuable asset to your career, yourself, and of course, the world and the footballing world as a whole. So you might be asking, well, who is this for? Who is this new content for? Realistically, I'd like to say everybody, but for me, it's about teaching the previous version of myself. And that means players who are in high school, players who are in college, players who are in the semi-pro or professional game, and maybe players who are on that cusp of about to retire and that transition that I just went through. And basically, my mission statement is, how do I help and empower footballers through mental performance coaching and personal branding? How can I help make the transition between levels of football more cruisy for you through tips and tactics and all sorts of really good things on the mental and the physical side? And also, how can I help players come out of the professional game or out of the college game and retiring sort of officially with a clear sense of what's next and a clear sense of purpose? So if you are somebody who is interested in getting to your next level, getting more confident in yourself, in your game, and all the little tips and tactics that you would need to be a better footballer, stay tuned for all the content coming out, as well as players who are looking to make a lasting impact on the world, whether it's the football world or something else you are super, super passionate about. I want to help you build brands that are based around athletes who have it in them to succeed. So that's an overview of what the content looks like, what my decision is. Now, moving forward, what's also going to happen is I am creating a massive community that I'm very, very excited for. There's going to be a ton of assets in there that will be available later on this year. And that will be launching around November time if I'm crossing my fingers and that all gets sorted out. But for the meantime, I would like to offer for you guys for a week, as far as the filming of this video goes, I'd like to offer a month of free coaching for anybody who's looking for advice on their footballing career, help with networking, tips and tactics for mental performance, or even some branding content strategy stuff. Anything like that, would love to help you guys out. 4 30-minute meetings over the course of a month. You guys can sign up for sort of a discovery call, if you will, for 15 minutes down in the link down below. That link will only be available for 1 week, 7 days of the filming of this video. So make sure you go down, click that, put in a time that works for you with that Calendly link. If none of those times works, because obviously I'm in Australia, some of you might be in Europe or in America, and the time change is really weird, you can feel free to email me at problueprint@noahcavanaugh.com, and I will get back to you with a more custom schedule, and you can choose from those times as well. So would love to offer that totally free of charge, and we can go from there. All right, so that's all the reasons why I am shifting gears. I am absolutely thrilled, and I cannot wait to bring you all of the stuff that I have been ideating about and building out over the last couple months. I'm so excited to share it with you, and of course, hopefully work with you guys either one-on-one or in a group type setting to help you become more than just a footballer. We got big things coming. As always, be awesome. Take care. I'll see you guys in the next video.